Welcome to Tower Talk Business Radio on the voice of Nassau Community College 90.3 WHPC. Tower Talk Business Radio brings you conversations with the top business minds on Long Island and around the nation, including expert consultants and small business owners who have found success, but are also willing to share their top tips, failures, and give gritty, matter-of-fact advice based on their first-hand experience. And now, let's get down to business with Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation.
Welcome to Tower Talk Business Radio, powered by the Nassau Community College Foundation. My name is Ray Schwetz, AVP of NEFCU Business Services, along with Donyshia Boston-Hill, CEO of Keeper of the Brand Marketing and Digital Agency. And we're focused on being the premier resource for business and entrepreneurship.
Ray and I bring you weekly advice, tips, tools, and services that help you grow your business. Plus, we interview top business leaders in the industry. First, let's jump into Success Chat. According to Bradley Whitford, infuse your life with action. Don't wait for it to happen. Make it happen. Make your own future. Make your hope. I push 24/7, 365, 7 days a week for the success of Keeper of the Brand. Ray, in banking, you encounter many business owners. What do you think should be their recipe for success?
Well, the recipe for success, to me, it all boils down to one word, and that is commitment. Commitment. You need to remember that this is not a scheme to get money. This is not, you like coffee, so you're going to open up a coffee shop. This is, you have an idea, you are passionate about it, and you commit to it. And because you commit to it, that passion grows. And as that passion grows, the business grows. It's a marathon, not a race. Now, moving on, helping provide you with business empowerment today is our guest, Joshua Schneps, CEO and co-publisher of Schneps Communications. Joshua Schneps is the CEO and co-publisher of Schneps Communications, the largest privately owned publisher of community newspapers, magazines, and local websites and business events serving communities in Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, and Long Island. The community's publications and digital assets include the Queens Courier, the Brooklyn Home Reporter, LongIslandPress.com, BestOfLongIsland.com, and BrooklynReporter.com. Schneps Communications Events Division hosts several business networking, award show, and trade show events throughout New York City and Long Island. The company has annually been recognized for editorial design and advertising excellence. Joshua, thank you very much for joining us today.
Great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Now, Josh, what inspired your family to launch Schneps Communications?
Well, it was started by my mother in our home with 4 kids. I'm the youngest, and she really started the business as a community activist. My oldest sister, Lara, was born mentally handicapped at birth, and my parents were very young at that time and really didn't know where to go or what to do, and they were told to bring her to a place called Willowbrook in Staten Island. If people aren't aware of it, it was a very large institution that had major cutbacks to their services due to the governor's budget cuts. And my mom started picketing, and she eventually became the face of Geraldo Rivera. And she noticed that as soon as Geraldo came in with his cameras, automatically there was change. She was a school teacher. She worked as a press secretary and really felt the power of the media and started just very grassroots locally in the neighborhoods that she lived in around Bayside and Whitestone, Queens. So it was very organic, the start of the media business.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, did you always stay in that family business, or did you take any detours along the way?
Well, I was a business major, and out of college I was an investment banker. Mm-hmm. And you being in the banking field probably understand it's about 120 hours a week working. And
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different world. But one thing that I realized was if I was going to work like that, I was going to do it for my own business. So I went right from investment banking into the family business, which was about 16 years ago.
Well, that takes a lot of courage. Some people try to, run away from the family business. And here you are one of, few that decide to come back and support the family. So kudos to you, and I'm sure the entire family is happy to have you on board. So,
well, I think I was fortunate also in that I had that option. Some people would love to be able to have that opportunity, but it has to be something that you're passionate about for sure. So I think me and my mom share a passion, and that's why we're successful as a team.
Fantastic.
What makes you most excited about leading the company and working in the family business?
We're in an interesting business at an interesting time in media, for sure. I mean, I think one of the things that's fulfilling for us is that we are very much into local news and local coverage, community by community, and that's throughout Queens, Brooklyn, and Long Island. And for us to be able to be in a position where we can create change and reach so many people through our newspapers, our magazines, our websites, our email newsletters, our social media accounts, as well as these events, it really is a kind of a privilege to be able to cover the things that people are doing well and hold people accountable for the ones that aren't, and to be able to reach so many people and make an impact.
What developments do you see in the future with the rise of digital? Your company has their entire digital platform?
So, yeah, we've invested a lot in digital. I mean, for us, print is still a really big part of our business, and print is growing, and we're going to be looking to do some exciting things on Long Island. But we've invested a tremendous amount in our websites, and we have leading brands. Long Island Press on Long Island, which we're going to be relaunching very soon. QNS.com in Queens, which is the most trafficked site in the borough of Queens. And then in Brooklyn, we actually have 3 websites. One is Brownstoner, which is an enormously successful real estate website that reaches over 1 million people a month. And then a millennial-focused-Brooklyn.com, which is a millennial-focused website, and BrooklynReporter.com. So we have a pretty significant audience of over 3 million a month throughout our different websites.
That's a nice touch point.
Now, 16 years in the business, I'm sure you've seen the business succeed, and you've experienced some failures along the way. I mean, that's just the natural thing with regards to any business. Tell us a little bit about what you've experienced in that ride and what other business owners can potentially learn, from those stories.
Well, when I started working with my mom, we worked in a small office with a small team. And, I think the number one thing for us that's helped propel our growth is getting the right people in place and building the right team. So we're very fortunate in that we have, fantastic people that lead the different parts of our business that enables us to continue to grow. And I think that's probably, our single greatest asset is the people that we have and that have helped us to really grow into covering different communities.
And any challenges along the way?
If I said that, I would lie. There's definitely challenges, and I think that's probably what makes it exciting, is that I think every business has its challenges, and I think particularly in media, because there is no right answer. Everyone is definitely in the period of experimenting now. But for us, I think that creates a lot of opportunity, a lot of excitement.
Excellent, excellent. You are listening to Tower Talk Business Radio on the voice of Nass Community College, 90.3 WHPC. I'm Ray Schwetz, along with Donyshia Boston-Hill, and our guest today is Joshua Schneps, CEO and co-publisher of Schneps Communications. Josh, moving on a little bit, you produce several events. Certainly there's a presence on Long Island and Queens and the boroughs with regards to Schneps Communications. Tell us a little bit about some of your events.
Sure. So we produce over 30 different events a year, and we also do festivals. So we do everything from business-to-business networking events where we honor women in business, young professionals in business, men in business. On Long Island, we have the Long Island Power List, which is a group of the most powerful, influential people on Long Island. We recognize high school students with a journalism award. But they are great ways of just meeting new people and connecting people. We host those business events throughout Staten Island, Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island. We call it our Star Network, where we kind of connect all the people that have been recognized throughout the years. And we've been doing it now for about 16 years. And then we have a group of events that are for health expos, kids and family expos. And I also run a flea and food market every weekend in Long Island City, Queens, called LIC Flea and Food, which is a huge food festival with a beer garden. It keeps it keeps us busy for sure. But I think we're big networkers. My mom and I both sit on a lot of boards and interact with a lot of people. So we find the events a great way to just bring all of our contacts into a room to meet each other and to be able to network. So we're always looking for new people to be a part of the events. Our website, starnetwork.com, is where people can nominate to become a part of any of these events. So it's just a form to fill out on our website. And then we promote them through all of our different media outlets to let people know about them and let people know about the people we're honoring and to find new people to honor.
That's excellent. And Donyshia, I think I sense the need for us to have an on-site Tower Talk broadcast from the beer garden.
I think so.
Okay.
I would love it, especially after hearing you drink a few beers.
But just the evolution of the events in itself, it seems like you're changing as the city's changing, and you're innovating as the landscape of the city is going to, reaching out and connecting with more millennials, really staying connected to the community. So that in itself is really innovating and powerful. So you're definitely on the cutting edge of that. What would you say to a young media professional out there that's looking to jump ship and start their own media business? What advice or tips would you provide that youngster?
I mean, I'm a big believer of work ethic and certainly picking the brains of as many people as you can. So I think you have to learn every part of the business. When I first started working for my mom, I basically helped start a newspaper. So I did every part of the job there was, whether it was distributing the newspaper, writing stories, taking pictures. So I think that for me, at the time I didn't realize I was just doing what had to get done. But looking back on it, I think it was a great opportunity to learn everything about the business and also, relate to employees that are doing the jobs that they're doing now, to make it clear that I understand what they're going through and I understand it's not easy what they're doing. So I would certainly say that you also have to be a people person in this business, because everything in this world I feel like is about relationships, and particularly in media, you need relationships to find great stories, or you need relationships to be able to sell advertising. So I would say that they would have to be outgoing and attend a lot of events and get engaged in the communities that they're serving.
Now, Josh, what are the 3 biggest accomplishments that you've had with Schneps Communications?
I mean, I think like I said earlier, certainly, having a fantastic team. I think that those are, things that we have great leaders in place where I can, start these new businesses, or when we make acquisitions where we have people that are running those businesses. I think the second thing is changing our culture. My mom started this business 30 years ago, and we started primarily just as a newspaper business. And I think for us, making the investment and communicating why we're making that investment to our team, and also sharing with them and giving them the tools to be able to become more successful in the changing world of media. And I would say just trying new things. And for us, we've been fortunate that they've been working.
You are now listening to Tower Talk Business Radio. Our guest today is Josh Schneps, CEO of Publishing of Schneps Communications. My name is Donyshia Boston-Hill, along with Ray Schwartz of the Voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I want to be a glass countertop in a new home.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's best birthday present.
When I grow up, I want to be a football stadium.
When I grow up, I want to be a warm place on a cold day.
When I grow up, I want to be a fancy backsplash.
I want to be a bike that races around the country.
When I grow up,
I want to be a bench on a forest
When I
trail.
grow up,
I want to be a rocking chair on a sunny porch.
I want to be a skyscraper.
I want to be
I want to be When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle.